Hi, this is Jim Janossy, and this is a preview for Chapter 20 in the Story of Art. In this chapter, we're looking at Holland in the 1600s. What we're going to see in this chapter is examples of many genres of art that stemmed originally from portrait painting. We're going to see group portraits. We're going to see individual portraits done in a very individualized way, and some of the work of Rembrandt, who managed always to put the personality of the person he was painting into the paintings. So we know something of the character of the person just by looking at them. We'll also take a look at variations of landscapes, seascapes and skyscapes. Various artists in Holland specialized in one or the other and got sort of typecast in it so that people essentially weren't interested in their work in other genres except what they were well known for. We're going to spend a little more time talking about etchings because Rembrandt created some of the very finest etchings. Etchings, a form of intaglio printing, like engraving, but with wax over a metal plate, the artist scratching lines in the wax that acid later eats through to create the lines in the plate that do the printing. We're going to take a look at a genre of art that stems from peasant art, that is, the picturing of peasant life scenes. It modulates into the picturing of ordinary life scenes, something that in prior ages would not have been thought worthy of being painted, but it was one of the subjects that people took an interest in and artists took an interest in as church art declined in Protestant areas. We'll take a look at Vermeer, who did still lifes with people in them, people standing still, perhaps pouring a pitcher of milk or something. And then we'll look at an example of a still life, a very well-developed still life, where the artist takes a number of objects for their color and texture and arranges them on a table, typically on a tapestry of some type, and then uses that as a problem to solve. Can the artist paint this in an accurate way? And some of the artists became very good at this. Towards the end of these slides, I've included a slide or two indicating an artist painting and an assistant grinding pigments behind them. With the project you're doing in Unit 3, you've now come in contact with a little bit of what it took to grind up a substance and create a pigment of it and then use a binder like egg tempera. By the period of this chapter, oil is being used as the binder, not egg yolk. But the grinding of the pigments persisted because pigments weren't available commercially. You couldn't just go to the paint store and buy them. You had to grind them yourself or have an assistant grind them. And finally, the last slide in this slide set takes a look at one way that yellow pigment was created, a very strange way where cows were fed a strange diet and their urine was used to coagulate a yellowish substance. This was just before the era when organic chemistry began to unlock the secrets of colorants so that they could be manufactured synthetically. In this chapter, we're still looking at natural pigments that are derived from plant roots and various other substances like ground and crushed up and dried insect bodies to create reds or blues or, in this case, yellow.